Alrighty, y'all. So obviously, as you guys know, the 2.5 anniversary is coming very, very soon. The live stream is happening in 6 days, and unfortunately, for anybody wondering, I'm not going to be live streaming this anniversary. This is only going to be the only anniversary that I don't actually live stream. And for obvious reasons, I'm not gonna be home during this time, which is okay, but I will be back home for the actual half anniversary. So you guys are still gonna get reactions and stuff like that from me. No face reaction or anything like that, but you are still going to get updates and stuff like that from me. But basically, this video is to tell you guys what to expect. Now, if you guys are reading this, it says 1.5 half anniversary stream overview, and it's basically because what you should be expecting from the 2.5 anniversary is what we've gotten in all the other anniversaries. Sometimes they add more, sometimes they might have a less, right? But basically, I'm going to tell you guys from someone who's been a part of all 4 anniversaries, both half anniversaries and both main anniversaries, what exactly to expect and what most likely is going to be coming, right? So prepare yourself. If my voice sounds a bit raspy, it's because I'm feeling a bit, sick. So yeah, obviously we know that we're going to be getting a brand new pilgrim, right? That's the main thing for, these celebrations. We always get pilgrims for these anniversaries, right? Now, the thing about this anniversary specifically is that we're getting, or not this specifically, but like when it comes to the half anniversaries, we've only had 2 of them, right? The 0.5 and the 1.5. But from what I've gotten from all 4 anniversaries in total is that when we have these half anniversaries, we get a supporter. We get a crazy broken supporter pilgrim. And then when we have the main anniversary character, it's a broken DPS, right? Dorothy was technically a DPS, but she was a supporter to your team, right? She was a supporting character who basically just gave extra damage to your team, right? In terms like literal actual extra damage, not like buffs and stuff like that, just general extra damage. Not to mention she had cooldown reductions and all the other stuff. She had AoEs, basically proc 24/7, right? And then when it came to Crown, she was a character who had mad support, right? Reload speed, attack buff, attack damage, permanent attack damage to an extent, a shield, she had a lot. So I'm expecting Little Mermaid, which is going to be this anniversary's character, Little Mermaid. And shout out to nikkethegoddessofvictory for this, right? But Little Mermaid is what's going to be coming. If you don't know who Little Mermaid is, that's from the Cinderella story. So there is that. Another thing to note is that usually we get a free SSR, right? And again, if you take a look at the last 4 anniversaries, you kind of see a pattern, right? For the half anniversaries, you get any random SSR. For the actual anniversary, it's a pilgrim SSR, right? So for Red Hood, we had Snow White, which was a free-to-play pilgrim, and then for Cinderella, it was Rapunzel, which is again a free-to-play pilgrim. Where when it came to Dorothy, it was Ray, which is just a regular missileless character, right? And then when it came to Kilo, it was also the same thing. I think she's missileless or Tetra, I don't remember, right? But when it came to Kilo and when it came to Ray, they were not pilgrims. They were just free SSR characters, right? So yeah, that's what you guys need to remember. You're going to get a free SSR, but it's probably not going to be a pilgrim, right? It could always be a pilgrim. This is just from the past experiences, right? But there's already like a little pattern if you haven't noticed, right? So what you should be expecting is a supporter pilgrim with a free SSR that's not a pilgrim. That's what I would tell you guys to expect, right? When it comes to skins, we're probably going to get a gotcha costume skin, 2 of them, because Nikke has been doing this thing where for the last 2 anniversaries, I think they've been just like giving gotcha costume skins, not for free, but they've been doing 2. So they would do a gotcha costume skin for the brand new unit, which would be Little Mermaid. They did this for Crown and they did this for Cinderella, and then they would have another gotcha costume skin for another character, right? That is most likely a pilgrim. So who is a pilgrim that still doesn't have a gotcha costume? Like Isabel, Haran doesn't have a gotcha costume skin. Scarlet, right? I'm assuming the OG Scarlet most likely will get a gotcha costume skin. The thing is, the last anniversary, the Scarlet Black Shadow got a skin, so I'm assuming OG Scarlet's gonna get a skin this time. I'm not sure, but usually it is 2 gotcha costume skins, 1 for the new character, 1 for an old pilgrim, right? With these anniversaries, and then they have 2 other skins, which is usually like a battle pass and then an event pass. Again, the event pass usually goes to another pilgrim, right? Last time it was Snow White. Before that, it was Haran, right? For I think the what was it? No, for the second anniversary, right? It was Cinderella who got a gacha costume skin, Scarlet Black Shadow who got a gacha costume skin, and then I think it was Haran who got a gacha costume skin, right? I think it was her. I don't remember. But then before, let me just pull it up actually because I'm curious. So here's the second anniversary one. If you guys see, that's the Little Mermaid. This character, the second character, Little Mermaid, is the one who's going to be the anniversary character this time, right? But yeah, you know, whatever. It was Isabel. So yeah, a pilgrim. Isabel was the event skin, right? And then D, Killer Wife, was the, you know, I think she was just the battle pass skin. But yeah, so it was, you know, Isabel, then before that was Snow White, then before that was Haran, which Haran came, I believe, with the which one did she come with? I think it was with Red Hood, and then when it came to Dorothy, I don't know who they gave it to. I'm pretty sure it might have been Modernia. I don't remember, but yeah, we'll, you guys get my point, right? We always have a mini game, a brand new mini game. We always get that, so expect a brand new fun mini game, right? I will say something: the anniversary mini games are always the best ones, so I will say that. So expect a very fun mini game to come around. The tower defense was great. The MOG fan favorite, that was great. I think they do have even the freaking the Cinderella one with the, I don't know what it's called, but like what the type of gameplay is called, but it's the, you know, the platformer one. Very cool, right? Expect a decent amount of multis, right? I will say every single year Nikke has been giving more and more multis. You know what I mean? So for the 1.5 Annie, they gave up to 108 recruitment opportunities from the event, right? I will say expect no less than 108, probably expect like 120, or even more, right? I don't know, but I would say don't expect anything less of 108 because it would make no sense for them to give less, right? They always do go up in terms of how much rewards they're giving, so I can tell you you're probably getting 100 plus free pulls before the live stream actually comes, right? Obviously you are going to get new main chapter stories as well. That is going to probably be like when they actually find Little Mermaid in the main story. That's what I'm assuming is going to happen. And then, you know, the actual event itself for Little Mermaid, right? I'm not expecting favorite items only because, I mean, I guess I am. We haven't gotten favorite items since January, right? I believe January with the Red Hood. Rappy Red Hood is when we got favorite items. So I would actually say probably expect favorite items. I'm not 100% sure, right? But yeah, we haven't had favorite items since New Year's. So it has been 4 months. It's actually going to go into 5 months because the anniversary is happening at the end of April, going into May. That would be 5 months. So probably expect favorite items as well. That could be here and there. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't, especially when you are expecting it. But other than that, yeah, no. Don't usually expect it, but I am expecting, you know, a lot of cool stuff. I'm not expecting any new permanent content. I think actually in their dev notes they said something about permanent content. I don't remember. I think they said something about like new permanent content or making like the campaign. No, they already added that. Like I don't remember what it was. I think they are adding new permanent content for what's it called? Favorite items. It might be that. I think they're adding like something for favorite items. Either they're upgrading simulation room or something like that. But yeah, expect obviously a SSR Little Mermaid. Expect a free SSR because that always happens. Expect over 100 multis, and then also expect you know, what's it called? 2 gacha costume skins because that just seems to be the trend, right? Oh wait, when Cinderella came, did her gacha no, I think Scarlet Black Shadow. I know people are gonna probably have missed that. I think Scarlet Black Shadows came with no, it did come with second anniversary. Okay, no, it did. I was like, did it come with? It was Scarlet Black Shadow, the actual character that came with New Year's, not the skin. So yeah. Anyways, let me know if this was helpful for you guys. I would say, you know, save for the Pilgrim, but you are going to have a decent amount of multis, right? Remember also when the Pilgrim does come out, you do get a free pull every single day for like 21 days or something like that. The anniversary is always a month long. Like it's usually 3 weeks long for the actual like stuff of it, but it's basically a month, right? I think the banners will be out for like a full month before the units go away, but like by the 3rd week they're gonna introduce another event. So you're gonna have 3 weeks of the anniversary and then a new event where the new character is gonna come out, but the banner for the Pilgrim will still probably be out for 1 last week. I'm pretty sure that's how they do it, but hey, you know, this is everything you need to know. Just hey, I'm a veteran in this. I know what's coming. But yeah, it's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.